record, whatever we're hitting.
Hit something.
This is something. You hit R?
Mm-hmm.
So we're recording?
Yep.
Want to make sure it's like doing the
Laura, you want your microphone near
Yeah,
you?
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. It's not working? I thought it was.
It's like locked in there behind wire.
Well,
You're in wired
it's
jail.
not easy to.
Hello?
Hello?
Is it working? Okay. Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We're going to talk about... First, we're going to do our Would You Rathers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, how was everybody's week?
Yeah, we should do that. My week kind of sucked because it was wet and rainy.
Yeah.
And I work outside.
Yeah.
So, a lot of wet and rainy activities for me. Not really happy about that. But it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
What about your week?
My week was good.
Good.
No complaints.
Good.
Not a one.
Very good.
How about you?
Yeah, mine was pretty good. I making some progress with my life, so
Well, that's always
I'm
good.
pleased. You know, baby steps. That's all good.
I think you got to take every win. So Joe was exempt from 2 exams.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Gym and woodworking.
Whatever, we'll take it.
Exactly. But he's going to finish the semester, I believe, with all A's and B's, which hasn't probably happened since he was in 7th grade. I'm taking the win.
There you go. Take
And
the
I'm
win.
very proud of him for
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we got to do.
it. Yep.
Oh, so we have animals going on here.
All right, so would you rather, and these are
Yes.
so weird,
This is great.
would you rather fight a kangaroo or a badger?
Badger. Fuck that. I can kick that badger. That kangaroo. Did you ever see them kangaroos? That's like a fighting with a man.
It is like fighting with a man, but what is exactly a
clock
badger? Is that like a beaver? Like
Yeah,
what's
like a
what's the
little
size
beaver.
we're
Yeah,
Yes,
talking
little.
about?
They're little.
So why would we be choosing between the two? There's got to be
We didn't
something
make up
about
the
a
question.
badger.
Oh, they can be nasty.
That
Oh, they're
makes them
nasty.
fight.
There's
Oh, yeah,
definitely
yeah. Oh,
nasty.
They
Like
can
I'm not
mess you
going
up.
near a fucking possum. If
Right.
that said kangaroo or possum, I'm going with kangaroo.
I think
Although
badgers-
possum play dead though. Right?
You
Yeah.
know, I wouldn't, I still would go
Possum
with
is
possum.
worse.
They're so
I mean, badger is worse than a possum.
okay,
So yeah.
but you're still going with badger.
Me
Oh
too.
yeah,
And
because
you're
I
going with
can
badger?
punt kick that thing.
If it doesn't bite you first
Yeah.
with rabies.
Wow.
I guess I'll go with badger too.
Yeah, kangaroo will.
I don't want to
clock
fight
you,
a bat. Yeah,
knock
I don't
you
want to
out.
fight a kangaroo.
Listen, I did these would you rathers and I think that they're all really weird.
Oh, I like weird ones.
The next one is would you rather eat a wet a wet loaf of bread or drink a pint of whipped fish?
Loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread.
Can it be wet with olive oil? Because then I'll really eat
Yeah.
it. But whipped fish.
No.
I was like,
My
these are the
God.
weirdest ones ever. Okay.
Somebody out there eats whipped fish.
Oh, Bill, I'm sure eats it because there's
You
nothing.
probably got 50 cans behind us
Behind us.
of whipped fish.
There's nothing that he doesn't eat.
Stockpile.
Would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk? I'm so klutzy. I need to sing instead of talk. I would fall down.
I feel like every week we're talking about singing and dancing.
I know.
Missing our goal.
Somebody
know.
low
Tiny
key
talents.
wants to be a
Yeah.
show person.
Yeah.
Well, we are doing a show.
Yes, I mean like Broadway show. I'd probably sing instead of talk.
What about you, Laura?
I'm thinking sing instead of talk.
Okay, read. Next one is, would you rather share a bed with a walrus or an eel?
Ooh, fuck.
I'm going walrus, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I
An
think I'm
eel
gonna do-
is slithery and
Yeah.
slimy, and you don't know where the fuck it's going. A walrus is so big, you know where it is at all times.
I was thinking it would keep you warm.
Oh, that too.
You got a lot of
yeah.
blubber going on.
Eel, sneaky. Can
Okay.
sneak up on you.
I'm going with walrus too.
Yeah, I'm going with walrus. Yeah.
Okay. The last one is, would you rather be stuck in an elevator with 10 men with bad breath or 3 soaked wet dogs?
I'd rather go with the wet dogs.
I
know what the smell is.
I can't. Wet dog smell drives me crazy. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with that too, because I can't handle bad breath.
I'm going with the wet dogs too.
Yeah. And that smell really irritates me.
does.
Like
Me
one of the
too.
main reasons I won't get a dog.
It's because they get wet.
Well, and they smell.
Just before we start, I have,
Yes,
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 1,000
Downloads.
Wow.
So-
You both kept this a secret from me.
Well,
Oh, I
we
didn't
did get
really-
an email.
Or you assumed that I would look and see.
We did get an email.
I got an email.
Joke's on you. I was
Yeah.
a little busy this week.
But I thought that was kind of fun.
That was good. Excellent.
Okay, so Salt Lake City, the final part of the reunion.
What we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Oh, thank God it's over is all I have to say. I don't ever want to have to look at their faces again.
But you will.
So, just because it's the last one and we're not going to have to talk about them for a year, I just wanted to mention a couple things I thought were interesting. Lisa has not done her own makeup since 2019.
God bless her.
Oh, I'm going to be reposting that clip.
Okay, so
God
she
bless
hasn't
her.
done her
Love that.
own makeup since 2019. And to add to that, I was listening to a pod yesterday. So, Two Teas in a Pod are having some spin-off pods with the two Eds,
I saw
the
that.
two husbands, and then Emily and Teddy are doing their own pod called Popping Off. Popping Off.
Wait, who is?
Emily and Teddy, no Tamara,
Right.
called Popping Off.
Right.
So they were doing a pod together. It was Emily, Tamara, Teddy, and Angie came in for a little bit at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about this subject, and Teddy called Lisa on the phone during the podcast and asked her about the glam, how much what it cost to have glam on retainer. And she said, well, more than 60,000. And then she elaborated on it. She goes, well, more than 120. She goes, no, less than 120. And then she's like, well, how far do they live from you? And she named the two people. They both live 15 minutes away. And
So what are they charging her per appointment?
I had seen the 60,000 number out there. That's what she pays.
she's
for the
including
year.
that in the retainer, I guess. And I don't know if it's a retainer per se, because then they asked her if these people do other clients as well. And she said they do, but she's a priority,
Right.
which she should be.
For sure.
And then she, like I said, she named two people. And then Teddy said, is that the number, the 60,000 for both? And she said, no.
Okay, so if you spend, I mean, I don't know what she's paying them.
Oh, and the other question they asked is, like, if you're staying home and not going out, do you get glam? And she said she gets it done 6 days a week. So that means she only stays
6
home
days
1 day a week.
So what are they charging her? They're clearly charging her more than $100 to do her makeup, because that would be $300. That would be $36,500 a year for them to spend for her to spend $100 a day for her to get her glam done.
Yeah, so they're probably at like $350.
Okay.
But I love.
It's important to her.
Yeah.
No,
And but
listen,
Mary-
you know me.
Yeah.
Go, do you. Like, if you could get your glam done every day, fuck yeah. Oh, I would. I
Oh my
would.
God.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering if these people are charging her. I feel like it's a little bit excessive.
I think it's excessive.
I mean, there's people that at the salon I work at that do beautiful makeup, and if it's bridal, it's more. But if it's, everybody charges different. But just for a regular, like if you were going to a wedding and came in and got your glam done, like it would be like $75. I mean, I know we're in Brick, New Jersey, but
Right.
Then the other thing is, Mary said that she tells Lisa that's because of her insecurity.
bullshit.
I agreed.
Nah. Well, then somebody
and-
said she can't see, right?
In her case.
She said she can't see. Yeah, I don't know what that
In
means.
her case, I agree. Especially after she behaved that way on that trip. Psst. Stop it.
That was
Remember? It is an insecurity.
extra. The way she acted on that trip when they were supposed to do the
with
drag.
the drag.
makeup.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a glance. Stop.
Then they start doing impressions of each other, which I thought was kind of funny. Mary does an impression of Whitney, which we all know. Meredith does a Whitney impression. Monica does a Lisa impression.
Who did Meredith? Because they were very good. Somebody did Meredith.
Angie. Angie does the Meredith
and
impression.
that was good. That was a good impression.
Then Mary's called out for what she said about Heather's Gucci corset size 14.
That was bad.
And Mary said she was not body shaming. And, you know, I call bullshit because she absolutely was.
It is bullshit. She just doesn't know what body shaming is. Or, I honestly don't think she knows what it is.
I don't think she knows what it is either.
You're saying that she's plus size, and that's not necessarily
Right.
a nice thing to do.
I also
Although
thought,
I'm plus size and somebody can call me that all day long.
I am too, and who cares?
Exactly.
It is what it is. I also thought it was interesting that Andy announced that it was the first time that the Salt Lake crew had been on an international vacation. Because all their vacations were, like, they went to Palm Springs, they've never left the country before.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it is because of Jen Shah, and they weren't allowed to leave the country.
Probably.
For
But it is interesting the differences between trips.
Oh,
Potomac
definitely.
and Salt Lake do not go on trips like
no, like the Beverly Hills.
I mean, Beverly Hills, they're ridiculous.
Right,
But even Atlanta, I think they went. When Candy met Todd, they went.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been on good trips.
So then Monica brings out her burn book, which honestly I think it was a little underwhelming. Like, what did she? I don't know.
It's got to do with this stupid movie that's been remade and out now.
Absolutely.
It's so stupid.
That's what you just have to keep remembering.
Exactly. It's all like a big
staged.
fucking ad for this movie.
It's all staged. The whole thing.
Yeah.
At least that's how I look at it.
I totally agree with you.
Maybe it didn't used to be that way, but I feel like
it didn't used to be that way.
So much that way now. And this
No,
whole
it didn't
thing-
used to be like that.
The
No,
whole
definitely
thing with,
did not.
the production didn't know. Stop it.
Well,
They're making a boatload off of this.
yes.
You think that wasn't planned? Come on. Come on.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say. Okay.
Well, Monica's. At one point, they were like all yelling and screaming at each other.
Yeah,
and
it was
It
horrible.
was annoying,
Yes.
and you
It was
could see
annoying.
Andy was getting frustrated. I think every viewer watching it was frustrated. I know I was. I'm like, just stop. Like,
Yep.
just stop.
Yep.
Like they were acting like children.
Yep.
And I did feel like Monica, like she, she's had a lot of trauma in her life. That when people attack her, she acts like a child.
Yep.
Her comebacks are very
Horrible.
sophomoric.
She doesn't let people talk.
And she also can become very quiet. I think at the end, she was having an anxiety attack. That's what I
agree with you, and I think it's because she realized that she just blew up their spot. She told everybody that in her initial interview, she said who she was, and they still cast her. And Andy said, "We would never have cast you if we had known." Bullshit. She blew up her own spot, and you know what? Good for her, because this girl's not going to go away.
Right.
This girl is going to have some opportunities. She should have opportunities.
I agree.
They
After
did
she
cast
goes to
her
therapy.
knowing who she was. Bravo's full of shit, and she's gonna go on. She's gonna do something.
She's going to do something.
Mhm.
She's definitely going to be on Traders. I'm sure she's going to be on Traders.
She should do something better than that.
I think that,
You know what I
honestly,
mean?
She should get some therapy first.
Well, yes.
I mean,
yes.
therapy's definitely
Yeah.
needed, for sure.
Yeah. Or at least simultaneously. You gotta do something.
She's got to parlay this into something bigger, because
She does, because
she was right.
she was right, and the women were very hard on her, and Andy even said, like, why are you forgiving Heather? Because what Heather did was lied for over a year to everybody here about the black eye, and covered for Jen, at one point saying it was a producer.
Did she really say that though?
According to
She didn't defute it when he said it to her.
she didn't say it on she said it during her book tour.
I have a theory about all this.
What's the theory?
I have a theory that Heather is taking the fall because she's going to be a good soldier for Bravo, and she's going to take this hit because of the Caroline Manzo lawsuit now. Because everything Caroline alleged in her law, Caroline didn't even, I don't want to get into it because we're going to talk about this later, I hope.
I didn't read that. No,
she
you can
didn't
bring it up
even
now.
name Brandy Glanville in the lawsuit.
Oh, I know that she didn't name Brandy
Right.
Glanville, but I didn't read it. Did you read
Yeah,
it?
don't do that yet, because I have a slide.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a slide. Oh,
Yeah,
the slide.
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Slide 4.
Then Heather says the worst part of the job is the social media.
Well, yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's
Heather was dying to be a housewife. Heather was a huge
She was.
huge
She
Housewife
was.
fan. If you didn't know that this was part of the gig, you did not do your homework.
Then you didn't do your due diligence.
Right.
No, she knew.
Listen, we're all subject to it.
And the whole thing
Our
with
kids are subject
Right.
to it.
the whole thing with Monica too, and the stalking Jen Shah. You know what? She's a younger girl. She was doing it to try and get some dirt on. She was just trying to figure out a way. She wanted to bust her doing something.
Right.
So that could be another further in for her to get on the show.
Right.
And was it a great idea? No. But
Right.
do people do stupid shit all the time?
All
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
I'm sure
she
the
was-
FBI did not tell her to do
No.
that.
No. But I'm sure the FBI said, listen, if you have some footage that pertains to her case, of course we'll take a look
Of
at it.
course.
We know that you used to work for her. So
Maybe she
Right.
called them and said, I know she drinks and drinks and drives. And they were like, okay, well, if you can catch her doing it, great, let us know. But
Right.
they didn't say, go to her
Right.
house and
No,
stalk
right.
her and follow her. And, you know.
Right. No, they definitely did not. I mean, Andy does ask the ladies if there's any way that they can move forward with Monica, and they all say no.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asks her if she has anything left to say, and she says no. And at that point, I don't blame her because nothing she was going to say was going to matter.
No.
They'd already said that the door was closed.
Yeah.
And then Andy says we're going to play the game, the stupid warm and fuzzy and cold and prickly
that
game.
was stupid.
I mean, it was a
should've
stupid
just-
game the
you
first
should've-
time
yeah.
they played it.
You should have just skipped over that, Andy. You got to read the room, bro.
Well, wait. First, Andy starts giving Heather a lesson on how she should have handled the black eye. Did you catch that?
Oh yeah.
He's
of
like
course.
schooling her
Yeah.
on, how she should have handled it. You fucking knew.
Right.
Of
You
course they
knew,
knew.
Heather knew, producers knew,
Everybody
Jen knew,
knew.
everybody knew. So it's all an act, Andy doing this.
Right.
I mean, they showed the footage of Heather talking to Jen, saying, "What are we gonna do?"
Exactly.
I mean, how do they have that footage if they didn't know?
They
How do they
probably
have that
the
footage?
footage of it happening,
Yeah.
just like they have the footage of Kathy Hilton going off on Kyle to Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, it's in that same vault. So, somebody else bragged about the set too online. And I messaged them back. I said, yeah, that's right. The girl put on there, I said it before Jeff Lewis said. And I wrote back, I said, I said it before Jeff Lewis said it too. Look how horrible it is.
It's horrible.
It's bad.
Just horrible.
It's bad. And what does that say? Swizzle?
Swizzle bar? What? Swizzle?
That was bad. I
It's
mean,
just bad.
they're treating Salt Lake like chumps, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it was
chumps.
bad.
So this is the thing though with Heather. So say you're really telling the truth
About what?
about
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
right.
What
About-
is she telling the truth? That
about
she didn't
the-
know?
no, about the black eye.
Right, that she didn't know how she got it.
Right, and that Jen Shah, she figured Jen Shah gave it to her. If you would lie about somebody hitting you and you wouldn't want to say anything because then what else you lying about as far as Jen Shah and what you know and did and saw?
Well,
and
I
heard
think
and everything
her
else?
defense was she didn't want to say it was Jen because this lawsuit was pending against Jen. She had charges against her, and obviously that wouldn't have been a good look. But
I don't.
Bravo knew. Bravo watched her lie. They let her lie. They probably told her to lie.
Yeah, because I didn't read all of them, but there we go. So
Oh my gosh. I'm watching Watch What Happens Live, and I'm like, who does she remind me of? And that's it.
Yeah. So Susanna at
Quinones.
All Things Bravo Reality. Kudos to you for the post.
Absolutely.
Kudos to you for the post.
Bravo.
Yeah.
So tell our
But she
listeners.
does
tell
also
tell
look
our
great.
listeners who is that?
Madam.
No, but
So I have a picture on the screen of Heather from Salt Lake City
on Watch What Happens Live.
on Watch What Happens Live and the puppet Madam. So if you go to our YouTube page, I'll also repost it on
I was
Instagram.
scared of Madam when I was a little girl.
Who was she? What was
My husband loves
va-
Matt. I have a
I-
Madam book. I should have brought it.
I
My husband
vaguely
loved her.
remember.
I don't know what she was on.
Like,
Did she
what was
have her
she
own
on?
show?
Yeah, she was some kind of like hand puppet.
She did?
must
Yeah,
have
she
been-
was a hand puppet.
She must have been from like the 60s.
Yeah. Well, in 70s.
60s and 70s. Yeah.
The interesting thing to me with Heather is, I mean, yes, she's doing the Ozempic, or she's admitted to it.
She does look
She
great.
looks good, but I mean, how did that change her jawline? Like,
Well, she
how
probably,
does
she
I
had
think
no. She
that
probably
she's
had a chin implant.
She's had things done.
Do you
she's
think a
had,
chin implant?
She's had some kind
Maybe.
of surgery.
I mean,
done.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks like she possibly could have.
Yeah,
Maybe you know what it actually looks like? She had a facelift.
that's what
It
people are
actually
saying.
it actually looks like she had a full facelift.
Okay.
I mean, she does have strong features on her face, so maybe
She
she,
does.
didn't have a chin implant.
She does. I mean, she does have a very strong.
it
I
looks
thought
like
she had a
maybe-
strong jawline before this, but
Yeah.
now it's really, it just
Defined.
looks, yes.
Yeah.
But I say that she reminded me of somebody, and that's it. But she really does look great.
No, she looks
I'm
awesome.
not taking that away.
No,
from
she
her.
looks awesome.
She really does look great. But I think maybe a full facelift because everything is pulled.
Yeah.
God
So-
bless her.
I thought that was pretty.
That was funny.
That was pretty good.
Anything else on Salt Lake?
No.
We're good.
All right, let's
I'm
go
good.
on
I'm
to
over it.
Beverly Hills.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say, this isn't the opening scene. I mean, whatever opening scene they're using, and they're all in the pink dresses.
Oh, you want me to switch that?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, I noticed it this episode. I'm like, they all really look good in that pink. That is a great pink.
Oh,
I think I actually wore that pink to my junior prom. But it's almost like a hot pink, but not like a super hot pink. I liked it. I just noticed
I'll
that.
change the photo.
Shout out to the hot pink.
So the ladies are packing for Barcelona. There's their
Talking about
luggage.
packing.
Once again, they were doing the separate conversations while packing.
Yeah. Somebody
don't.
else mentioned this on a podcast, how they don't like the editing, how they're doing all the separate.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Weird.
I really don't like it. It's annoying to me.
Yeah.
Like, let's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Whose
I
tramp
have-
stamp is that?
I have a picture on the PowerPoint of a woman getting into a van with a big tramp stamp tattooed on her lower back. And that is Erica.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just thought it was pretty funny.
Did you see where Sutton was talking to Avi and
They were talking
she's
about.
like, I didn't want to tell you, but Merce is coming with me.
Yeah,
I thought Merce was another assistant,
I
Me
did too.
too.
right?
Yes.
And that poor Avi was going to be like, well, why am I not going?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought too.
Aw.
Yeah. So I'm in love with this outfit that Kyle wore on vacation. This rose dress.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
You
I
didn't
honestly
love
didn't
it?
love
Oh,
it.
I loved it.
I
I'm
liked
going
it.
to tell you why I think you didn't love it. And I'm not trying to body shame anybody. I think she's actually too skinny to wear that.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think if she were curvier,
Yeah, you little.
it would have been better.
I
See,
think
my
maybe-
my curvy self could have.
I think
I'm
she's
saying.
too. Honestly, I think she's too short to wear it.
Oh, maybe that's what it
The-
was. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I think because I remember she was trying on a couple different things, and I
Yeah.
think that print is just too much for someone who's so short. Like
Yeah.
that would work better on a taller person.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And curves. Like, you need curves to wear that.
Yeah.
I-
Not that I think I could wear it.
I think you could wear it.
No, you definitely
No,
could
the
wear it.
cutouts.
I thought it was interesting when they were on the plane. Dorit had her $1,249 PJs, and Crystal's were $7.99 on sale.
Yes,
I love it.
ma'am.
I wrote that down. Yeah.
And I was like,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
you go,
I love
Crystal.
that too.
I would wear the $7.99 ones on sale too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That is one thing about Dorit that kind of drives me a little crazy, is her extravagance for no reason.
For no
Well,
reason.
it
right.
just
It's for no
leads you
reason.
to question,
It's
do they really have it like that?
Yeah,
It
I-
really does lead you to question that.
yeah.
I mean, how much were they?
$1,249.
Yeah, I mean, who's spending that on pajamas?
Yeah, that's kind of foolishness. Like, even if I had the dough,
No.
I mean,
I
maybe
still
you're
wouldn't
going
have
on
been-
vacation and you're like, oh, I don't know how long their plane ride was.
it was.
Bro, it doesn't matter how long the plane ride is.
Where
I
were
think
they
it was
even
12
going? I
hours.
forget.
Barcelona.
But it's not going
I
to
think it was
justify
12
that
hours.
money for PJs.
No, I agree,
You know what
but
I mean?
you're filming a show.
They're in a
Right,
private
right.
plane.
Right. I don't know.
It's
Listen.
a whole nother life.
And then
We'll get there. We're going to get to that life. I'm not going to spend $1,200 on
No.
PJs, but
I'm gonna be $7.99 all the way.
fuck yeah.
I like how they drew to get who got which rooms instead of fighting over rooms.
Of
Like
course, that's
Wait
the
a minute. When
civilized
did they
way.
do that?
when they got there, they pulled like numbers or something
Yes,
out.
numbers.
Because when
She
I
said
didn't
it on
even,
the bus.
I
Yes.
didn't even realize that because I thought Sutton was playing the game, asking people questions
Yeah.
about her to see who was going to get the best room.
It was confusing because she announced it on the bus that they were going to draw to get the best who got which room.
Okay.
And then she went into the game, to be quite honest with you, because then I even had to rewind. I'm like, wait, is the game getting the room? Or
That's what I thought. So
I
I
did
must
too.
have missed when she said, okay.
It was confusing.
Yeah.
It was definitely confusing. And the
Whatever.
game was dumb. I mean, the Sutton game I thought was dumb. It was all about Sutton.
Right.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
her first job, I didn't know that she was a nanny, though. I mean, we did find some interesting things out about
Yeah.
Sutton.
Yeah.
And she was a dancer.
And she was a dancer.
Yeah.
And that he
Yeah.
was the most important man in her life.
Now, had you ever heard of him, by the way?
My-
Because your daughter's a
My
dancer.
daughter, my daughter heard it.
She's okay. I meant to ask you that.
Yeah, because, I mean, even Erica said Mikey was like, he was the founder of modern dance.
Because she mentioned somebody else, Twyla Tharp.
Erica did.
Yeah, so I knew that name because
Yes.
my good friend is a dancer, and she went to see a production of hers at McCarter Theater. So I knew that name, but I never heard of that gentleman's. But
No, I never
That
did
was-
either. I thought
yeah.
it was nice, though.
yeah,
I thought that like little Barcelona vibe in the village was cool.
yeah,
It just was odd for me to see these Beverly Hills women in a 14th century chateau with its quaint country,
yeah.
Well,
Well, they went to
cobblestone.
France one time, right? And they
I'm just so used to them being so over the top.
opulent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this was not. I mean, it
No,
was beautiful.
and it's
And it's haunted. I mean,
Garcelle. How about when Garcelle?
So,
they're like, you know who gets killed first,
if it's
and Garcelle's like, I hope it's Anne
Anne
Marie.
Marie.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
I like
amazing.
how, You found out that Erica could smell spirits.
yeah,
That's funny.
That's interesting.
that was interesting.
I also thought it was interesting that Dorit brought her assistant with her. And
I thought all the glam that they brought
Was
was so out of control.
out of
excessive,
control. Out of control. And Kyle's
stupid.
sitting on the floor doing her own makeup.
She always does her own makeup,
I
though,
know.
doesn't
And
she?
she always looks fabulous.
Absolutely.
She doesn't need.
She always has somebody doing her hair at home when she's getting ready for parties. I don't know if when they're away she has somebody doing her hair, but
She doesn't.
she does a great job on her own makeup. Like
There
these
are a
women
lot
know how
of-
to do their makeup by now.
There were a
Although I
lot
just
of
defended
people.
Lisa for having glam every day.
There were
And
a
where do
lot
they
of
put the
for
glam people? I guess not
Yeah.
in that chateau.
No, they're in separate hotels. But I think they have
Or in
to
the
they have to
servants'
pay for them
board.
because who got accused of having their glam in a shitty motel in Vegas for BravoCon?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was it Monica?
No, it wasn't
No.
Monica. It was somebody though. I think it might have been one of the Beverly Hills ladies, to be honest with you.
Could be.
So then they show up for dinner, and then Erica shows up wearing the tiara.
How about that chef?
Oh, he was hot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the chef was hot.
He was adorbs. Are there and none of them are single? Oh no, Erica's single.
What do you mean? Erica's
Sutton,
single, Sutton's
single.
single, and
Garcelle.
Garcelle is
Single.
single.
Oh, maybe somebody will pull a Luann and hit that before they get out of there.
Didn't you watch it? They said they would tag team them.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but let's actually do it.
Yeah,
like
actually
Luann.
did. Like Luann.
Luann
let's
said
do
it and did it.
And did it. Yes,
That's
she did.
so funny.
I love her.
Yeah, he was hot.
So I like how Sutton says, "Don't make the little people come out once they start arguing." That's great. And it's so stupid with Anne-Marie. It's just so the whole thing's just so.
It's just enough already. Although I do believe her. I have written down here. I don't know if I believe that Crystal said what Anne-Marie is claiming. I do think that Crystal probably said something about the education about these women. I don't think she said they're uneducated. Maybe she didn't say they have the same level as education as Crystal and Anne-Marie. That conversation probably took place back whenever they're claiming at a Christmas
I don't think
party.
the conversation took place. I think that Anne Marie watched the show where Crystal was doing confessional one time, and because they showed that confessional.
Right, but she said to me the first time I
Of
met her.
course, she said
Okay,
that.
so you think she's lying?
I think she's
Okay,
lying.
okay.
I think she's lying. I think
Okay.
she's backpedaling at this point.
Yeah.
And
Because I don't really think Crystal's going to go up to somebody that she doesn't know.
I agree with that.
I don't think she's going to go up to somebody that first of all, she's not that kind of person.
Right.
I'm not saying that she didn't say it because we saw she said something similar to that in a confessional.
Right.
I think Anne-Marie saw that in the
And
confessional
ran with it.
and ran with it.
Okay.
And I think
And I don't think
she's
she
that.
said anything about being a socialite.
No. I mean, no.
it's just so funny. I can think of that whole table and that whole experience of being out to dinner. And I can think if the three of us were part of the group, we'd be like, you know what? You just got here, bitch. Maybe you just need to just pipe the fuck
Sit
down.
down. Exactly.
Pipe the fuck down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Have your nice little meal there.
Well, that's what Mary would say, like
Yeah.
she did to Angie.
Exactly.
It's your first season.
Yeah.
Who are you talking?
Right.
Well, no, she's being nice to you. Oh, okay, I like her.
I like her. Yeah.
I love it.
She's pretty.
But, you know, again, of course, that it's all produced. It's
But
all
her saying
produced.
that she made Crystal relevant. I mean, we have heard a lot more from Crystal this season than we have in past seasons. But, bitch, you're not making anybody relevant. You're making yourself look like an ass.
Mhm.
Even the community that you work in
Listen,
is
that,
coming out and saying, stop. Basically, stop
Right,
talking. Stop
right.
talking about us.
Right.
Stop talking
Stop
about you being affiliated with us. Just stop.
Right.
Stop talking about esophaguses. Just stop.
Yeah, stop.
Just
It's
stop.
a thing. It's a thing. How about when
I
the
don't
scary music started when Garcelle left her room to go to Sutton's?
well, listen, I don't blame Garcelle for not wanting to sleep in that
No,
room. I
no.
mean, I think it's funny that her and Sutton are friends now after like how they started.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I like it. I like them together. They're like Mutt and Jeff.
Yes, they are.
Right?
I like it too. How confusing was Sutton's doors when she was trying to let Garcelle in? And Garcelle's like, "Where are your doors?"
They were
They
weird.
were confused. It was like Dorinda's room in the Ultimate Girls
Oh my
Trip.
God, that
Oh,
was
yes, that was
right.
great.
They all matched. They all
I
blended
loved her in that.
together.
That was hysterical.
And what about the next morning when Erica announces the good news about the court decision was overturned about her earrings? And she was really disappointed that the ladies weren't there for her for
What'd
that.
she want them to do? Throw her a party?
Yeah.
They I read something about it. They have to do with the case. It's
Right.
just not directly, so just
She's already turned over the earrings. They've already been sold. Somebody else has the earrings already.
right, but she's suing to try and get some
No,
money
she
back.
got them back. I thought
She did not get
She
them
did
back.
not get them back.
They were
but she's-
sold. They were
she's-
sold. And
So
that
why
that
did
attorney
Garcelle
has
say
it.
Erica should have happily? Oh, she should have just happily handed them over
Absolutely.
instead of fighting it.
And
Okay.
she's it's just
Because
yeah,
I
just
agree
leave
with
it
that.
alone.
She should have their earrings. They mean nothing, but for some reason in this crazy world we live in, they're worth a lot of money, and you could help a lot of victims with that money. Hand them over. But then again, Erica said if she did that, it would almost be an admission of guilt, and I get that too.
Right.
Right, but you have to go by where they came from originally. That's the point.
I mean, there was misappropriation in his trust account. I don't know, unless they're tracking bank records, like where this transfer from
I
this
think
trust
that-
account went to this account, and then he purchased the earrings from this account, and there was a deposit from.
I don't know.
How are you tracking
I
that?
don't know. I don't know.
They
enough
would
about it.
have to literally
Right.
track
And I think that's what
the
the court
timeline
decision
of
was.
multiple bank accounts.
I think that's what the court decision was.
Right.
Is that, we don't know that those earrings came from
He
that.
clearly stole money from his trust account, but
Right.
you can't possibly determine what he spent that money on and when.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
And then it ends where they're going up to the church and they're driving on that
Oh,
windy
yeah,
road
yeah.
and they're all kind of like getting car sick and there's no rails on it was a scary road.
Yeah.
And then we end with Crystal getting out of the car and her veins are popping out and Kyle's going to call 911.
And why did Kyle say, oh, look, now Crystal's at Anne-Marie's mercy?
Because Anne-Marie's a doctor.
She wasn't at her mercy, though.
A nurse.
I know.
Yeah, but she wasn't even at,
She's a medical professional.
I mean, everybody's going to get on their Google. They're going to call 911, and everybody's going to start Googling.
I guess because
She doesn't even know what a narrow esophagus is.
Right.
Right.
How's she gonna
She's
know?
gonna help you with your popping
passing out?
veins.
Right.
And by the way, there's no 911 in
Barcelona?
Yeah, no, it's not 911. It's a different number.
Oh dear God! Well, hopefully they got that.
Well, I'm sure the producers.
Hopefully they figured out what those 3 numbers were.
All right,
Crying
so
out
now
loud.
you can talk about your girl here.
Okay, Caroline Manzo.
Who I've always loved. She reminds me of my mother, and I love her, and I want to read you.
Oh, please do.
I know nothing about this, so
Okay.
I'm gonna get educated. So she's on what show?
She used to be on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She's an Housewives of New Jersey OG.
Okay.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do want to read you.
So she went on a trip
She
to
went on
Morocco.
The Ultimate Girls Trip with
With the
Brandy
cast
with
of-
Brandy Glanville, and I don't even know who else was on it. To be quite honest,
Girls
with
from
I know
other
Phaedra
shows?
was there,
you. Yes.
and Alex McCord, because
Oh, Alex was on there.
Oh, so
Yes.
girls from all different other shows.
Yeah, that's how the Ultimate Girls Trips work.
Okay.
Okay.
Except for the one you saw, which was the
Okay.
legacy.
Okay.
Right.
So this is what is in the complaint,
Okay.
and keep this in mind. It's long. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but okay. The documents state that Glanville proceeded to something happened before. It's too long, but something happened on a couch, and then the documents state that Glanville then proceeded to mount Manzo on the couch, holding Manzo down with her body, forcibly squeezed Manzo's cheeks together and thrust her tongue in Manzo's mouth while humping her. Manzo claims she wasn't able to free herself despite attempts to push off Glanville's body due to the former model's much greater weight, size, and strength. Caroline is a small woman. She eventually broke free, excused herself to the bathroom. Manzo alleges she was in a state of shock, and the incident had triggered traumatic memories of her being sexually assaulted when she was 7 years old.
I did read that.
Glanville and Manzo entered the bathroom. This is what I don't understand. Glanville and Manzo entered the bathroom at the same time as castmates Gretchen Rossi and Alex McCord.
Wait, so 4 people are in the bathroom?
4 people are in the bathroom. While Manzo was washing her hands, Glanville allegedly came behind Manzo, forced her vagina against Manzo's buttocks, breasts against Manzo's back, wrapped her arms around Manzo, forcibly restraining her, and began washing her hands with Manzo's hands entwined. When she went to exit, the door was locked, and Glanville reportedly pinned her body against the door and pressed her breasts and vagina against Manzo. Attempting to unlock the door, Glanville repeatedly hit Manzo's hand away from the door lock.
Where are the other 3 people?
Glanville then reached around her body and forcibly fondled Manzo's vagina and breasts while pushing her face into Manzo's neck to kiss her, the filing claims. From inside the bathroom, she cried for help, though nobody ever came. Manzo claims that producers sent someone to investigate the bathroom door after hearing the interaction on audio, though he never opened the door or took any other action to intervene to stop the sexual assault. Manzo says she was eventually let out of the bathroom by McCord, who noticed what was happening. Okay? Later that night, Glanville attempted to go to the bathroom with Manzo for the second time, allegedly saying she had too much to drink. It goes on. Where the fuck were Gretchen and Alex while this was going on in the bathroom? How big is this bathroom? Are there separate stalls?
There must be.
What the fuck is going on? If Caroline's saying I would imagine Caroline would be like, get the fuck off me. Get away from me. You're out of your mind. Where were Alex and Gretchen? This is what I mean. I'm wondering, I feel like they messed with the wrong girl. Because
You know what's odd to
production
me?
probably did. I mean, production definitely encouraged this. Definitely
Well,
100%.
Brandy showed screenshot text messages from production telling her like what to do.
So now is production
Not
telling
specifically
Alex
that.
and Gretchen, don't get involved. Don't get involved. Like, we need to hear from Alex and Gretchen. Like, and listen, they're going to be deposed.
Now that there's a lawsuit, we will hear from. Well,
They're
we
gonna
may
be
not.
deposed.
We may not. It
They
may
have
just,
to.
It may.
They
just
were
se-
clear
they
witnesses.
may just settle.
Well, they may settle.
Because how much is she seeking?
I have no idea. I'm going to find out, though.
She's
She's got to have a New Jersey attorney. Well, maybe New York. That is some crazy shit. But I knew it. I knew it had to be crazy enough for Caroline to leave. Listen, I like Caroline. I know a lot of people don't. I think she is a truthful person. And for her to leave that trip and then to state she would never be on Bravo again. She's never said that before. I knew a lawsuit was coming. I knew it. But this is so serious.
But then why isn't she naming Brandy? She doesn't think Brandy's...
Because Caroline's not going to try to ruin a single mother who's trying to...
is doing what
take care of her family, and
do.
she's doing her job. She was getting paid for her job, and I said that years ago too. I didn't like Brandy because of her antics. Brandy was chosen and put on all these Ultimate Girls trips because she will do exactly what Bravo wants her to do, so she can get paid, so she could take care of her kids. And Caroline's not going to fuck with that.
Right.
She's a mom.
Right. I agree.
Interesting. I knew nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew you two Yentas would be yakking about it.
Hells yes. And I love Caroline.
All right. We're going to end with a quote. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Gandhi.
From?
Mahatma Gandhi.
There you go.
And I think that's important.
I'm all about it. I told you this week, I've totally changed my whole outlook on life. I'm being more positive. Although I just shit talk the Real Housewives.
That's right. You got to shit talk somebody.
I got to shit talk somebody. And listen, they put themselves out there.
That's
but
right.
I am just being positive.
Taking the wins where you can.
Yep.
And just,
We had a bad situation last week with one of our kids, and we're going to turn it into something positive. Will most certainly 100% come from this. I know it will.
But that's how God works.
Exactly.
That's how God works. So if you take your punches like a man,
Exactly.
you're gonna come out on the other side.
Exactly.
You'll be better for it. Something better will come along. Just you have to. I was saying this to my therapist this week. You have to be able to thank God for your trials.
Yep.
Which is not easy.
I do it every day, and I say,
Me too.
and I think, because I thank him for my blessings I've already received, and any blessings that may come my way today, and then I thank him for my trials, and I'm like, and I say in my head, and you know that's very difficult for me to do.
Absolutely. Hey,
yeah, it is. It's not
very,
easy.
very
it's
difficult.
not easy.
I have to do that with my mom.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, and our friend has to do that with her son. So it's a big deal, but it's such an integral part of being a Christian that's really what it comes down to.
For sure.
So we'll be the change.
We will be the change.
We are definitely going to be the change. Thank you for watching and listening to us at We Wine Whenever. Please like us, share us, give us 5-star reviews, tell your friends.
Yeah, and if there's a topic that you guys want to hear about, we
Yep,
just want
reach
to
out.
hear. We want to know that people actually listen.
Yep.
We can go all about our 1,000 downloads, but to us, if you don't interact with us, we're like, are they really listening?
Right.
Right.
And listen, we're going to do this anyway because we're having fun.
Yeah,
Right.
because we're having fun.
But positive feedback would be great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Night night.
Good night.